The only way for me to get rid of my fears is to make films about them. If I won't be myself, who will? Reality is something that none of us can stand, at any time. There is nothing to winning, really. That is, if you happen to be blessed with a keen eye, an agile mind, and no scruples whatsoever. The paperback is very interesting, but I find it will never replace the hardcover book. It makes a very poor doorstop. What is drama, after all, but life with the dull bits cut out? I believe in putting the horror in the minds of the audience, and not necessarily on the screen. In feature films, the director is God. In documentary films, God is the director. To make a great film, you need three things: the script, and the script. People don't always express their inner thoughts to one another. A conversation may be quite trivial, but often the eyes will reveal what a person really thinks or feels. The length of a film should be directly related to the endurance of the human bladder. There is no terror in the bang, only in the anticipation of it. A glimpse into the world proves that horror is nothing other than reality. I can't read fiction without visualizing every scene. The result is it becomes a series of pictures rather than a book. There is something more important than logic: imagination. If you can't do it naturally, then fake it. Mystery is an intellectual process, but suspense is essentially an emotional process. Television is like the invention of indoor plumbing. It didn't change people's habits. It just kept them inside the house. Love those wrongdoers, they need it more than you. For me, suspense doesn't have any value if it's not balanced by humor. I always take the audience into account. Content, I am not interested in that at all. I don't give a damn what the film is about. I am more interested in how to handle the material so as to create an emotion in the audience. There is a distinct difference between suspense and surprise, and yet many pictures continually confuse the two. I find too many people are interested in the content. If you were painting a still life of some apples on a plate, it's like you'd be worrying whether the apples were sweet or sour. Who cares? Self-plagiarism is style. Fear isn't so difficult to understand. After all, weren't we all frightened as children? I have a feeling that inside you somewhere, there's somebody nobody knows about. Never climb a fence if you can sit on it. Ideas come from everything. The more successful the villain, the more successful the picture. Really, the novelist has the best casting since he doesn't have to cope with the actors and all the rest. The ideal husband understands every word his wife doesn't say. Suspense is like a woman. The more left to the imagination, the more the excitement. When we think we have been hurt by someone in the past, we build up defenses to protect ourselves from being hurt in the future. So the fearful past causes a fearful future, and the past and future become one. I've become a body of films, not a man. I am all those films. I never said all actors are cattle. What I said was all actors should be treated like cattle. It seems to me that television is exactly like a gun. Your enjoyment of it is determined by which end of it you're on. Puns are the highest form of literature. Seeing a murder on television can help work off one's antagonisms. And if you haven't any antagonisms, the commercials will give you some. I'm a writer, and automatically a suspicious character. Some films are slices of life, mine are slices of cake. I always try to tell a story in the cinematic way, through a succession of shots and bits of film in between. The silent pictures were the purest form of cinema. In many of the films now being made, there is very little cinema. They are mostly what I call photographs of people talking. If it's a good movie, the sound could go off and the audience would still have a perfectly clear idea of what was going on. Nothing has changed since Little Red Riding Hood faced the big bad wolf. What frightens us today is exactly the same sort of thing that frightened us yesterday. It's just a different wolf. I don't understand why we have to experiment with film. I think everything should be done on paper. I have never known birds of different species to flock together. The very concept is unimaginable. Why, if that happened, we wouldn't stand a chance. I am scared easily. Here is a list of my adrenaline production. Small children, policemen, high places. That my next movie will not be as good as the last one. It's only a movie, and after all, we're all grossly overpaid. I am to provide the public with beneficial shocks.